might be a show.
If it's not a show, there's a few shorts in there, if anything. I mean, that might be a show. That right there. I mean, that's like nostalgia show.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we do cover stuff that we've already covered, but in
how
more
long
detail.
Ago was it? How long ago was it that we covered that? Toys?
38.
38? Fuck. So a little under 70 episodes ago. Which is 70 weeks ago. Which is a year ago.
Yeah, over a year.
We're good. That's a show.
Hey, this is Joe and Tom from Drunkards of the Sun.
Another fucking fun drunk episode coming to you courtesy of Drunkards of the Sun. Anything your life sport could have been ahead of you. Tom and Joe from Drunkards of the Sun.
Join us every week on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify.
Yeah. Podcast that's about anything and everything under the sun.
Check it out.
Joe's drunk.
Yeah, we both are fucking drunk.
Stop it. We just record, talk, chill. This could be a whole show. I mean, this is what most podcasts are, man. They just, not every show, like, I listen to Tell 'em Steve Dave, and that's all they do in their shows. They just talk about like what happened through the week and something that they'll find like some interesting shit and talk about it. But not like, it won't be a whole show about one topic.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah, I get
it's
that.
tough.
Yeah.
We've accomplished it 105 times.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah. Yeah, we have accomplished it.
I would say...
I don't think we've ever tried to just sit back.
Give more than take, huh?
And I don't think we've ever just sat back and chilled and talked for a show.
No, usually like the shows about anything and everything.
Yeah.
Those two shows were...
But those are compilations.
They were compilations, yeah. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say, man. That's what I was going to say. I was having an idea the other day with your figures. Mm-hmm. And it'd be so funny. But I need to make a script. I was thinking of like fucking Skeletor trying to get into like a fucking club. He's got to get through all these different... he's got to go... He gets to the fucking... He gets to the line. They're like... There'll be a line of fucking toys or whatever. He's like, hey, I gotta get to the big guy here, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's at the front. And that big lizard guy you got...
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you're the big guy? He's like, no, the big guy's inside. But you ain't got to, give him a hard time and shit. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, who the fuck's the big guy? I didn't say him. I mean, granted, this is what I'm saying, I need to work on a script. But like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like, he's got to go through all these things, and there's different toys. And like, when he finally gets in the club, like, the X-Men are there. And like, they're like bullying people around. Like, dude, watch out for them. They're the X-Men. Because they all have, and your toys, they're all yellow and blue. Yeah. It'd be funny as fuck. Yeah. Like Wolverine picks a fight with him, or like Skeletor bumps into them, like walks into them as they're walking towards him. Yeah. And you're like, oh, sorry guys, I didn't mean to bump into you. Oh, what are you talking about there, Ray? Snicket. And fucking Wolverine. Jean's like, yeah, I don't know what you mean. And like she flings some. You see some guy go flying across, like, ah! Skeletor's like, wow, this is getting fucking crazy. Like, it'll be funny as fuck, right? Wait. Like your Gonzo toy, he'd be like in the background. Like, as he's walking through the club, he's up there telling some bad jokes. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, so the other day, I tried to get across the street, and then I ran into a chicken. Dun-dun-dun. Boo! Fuck you too! Yeah. And then, like, fucking by the time he gets out of there, they're fucking lynching Gonzo because his jokes suck. It'd be funny as fuck, wouldn't it?
When you first said club, I was envisioning, like, Freemasons.
No.
Like this
I was being like a...
Yeah. It took me a second to figure out.
A real club.
I was like, is this line to ask if they can be Freemasons? What's going on?
No. A line to get into the club.
Yeah. I figured it out eventually.
Wow. Yeah. I hope everybody would have figured that before then. Yeah. Cause like Johnny Storm, I had him. I was picturing him like coming down, like, I am the Human Torch. And he sits down. The dude's just like, pow, knocks him out. I was like, that ain't no big guy either. And then the big guy was gonna be fucking Princess Leia as the slave, not slave, the bounty hunter.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I need to get the fuck out of here. You gotta help me out. Otto, I shall. Now I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And they're saying, she's got a thermal detonator. He's like, I don't know what a thermal detonator is, and fuck that. I fucking fight you, man. Nah. Because Skeletor kind of sounds like
He
that.
kinda, yeah. I remember.
It's more like he's not like that. He's like, there we go, He-Man.
Yeah,
He's more like that.
He is
like he does that.
like
Like, get on the car, He-Man. And He-Man's like, well, Skeletor. That's like how he talks.
I think back in the day, it was so ridiculous how you could obviously tell who He-Man was because Adam and He-Man look exactly
they
the
look
same.
identical.
He just took his clothes off and he was He-Man,
basically.
basically.
But he was supposed to get more strength and super strength.
But he
shit
looked
like
the
that.
same. His body was the same.
I know. But that's why I would say if you did it like a movie, I would have two different actors.
Well, they had a new cartoon that was like that.
Yeah, because he was a kid.
Yeah, he was like a kid.
And then he got transformed.
Yeah.
But that's how I would do it.
Yeah.
I would do it like basically like a Shazam.
Shazam, yeah.
But you could do it as like a small, skinnier guy, so like maybe Leo DiCaprio, and then he turns into or Ryan Gosling as Prince Adam.
Okay,
that would be
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And then he turns into Chris Hemsworth.
Okay. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, but
So shit like that, or somebody even smaller than Ryan Gosling.
yeah, because he's getting up there in age too. If he's
Yeah.
gonna be a kid.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily. He ain't got to be technically a kid. He
And
could
just
be like
turn
a
into a
20-year-old
different guy.
Yeah, he could be like in his 20s.
Yeah.
But then
Okay.
he gets real big, so he'd have to be like Chris Hemsworth.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth to me is He-Man. Like
He does look a lot.
he
Yeah.
is He-Man.
If it was live action today, yeah, He-Man.
That's my He-Man.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would say fuck it and use Chris Hemsworth as Prince Adam and He-Man, because if you did like a Steve Rogers to him,
You could, yeah. I mean,
you
in
could do
today's
that,
world, yeah,
and
you
he could
do
pull
that.
it off.
Yeah.
Because he knows how to flip that switch into different characters.
Yeah.
Because basically, look at Thor.
Yeah.
That's a totally different Thor than Thor in the Dark World in the first story.
Oh yeah.
Completely
Oh, yeah.
different, right?
Yeah.
So he's got the capabilities. I think he could pull it off. That would be my He-Man.
I think the guy that played Red Skull would work for Skeletor.
Skeletor, yes.
Yeah.
That's who I was going to say would be my Skeletor.
It's
He
crazy
would.
that they're from the Marvel universe. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he did
Check
a great
this one
Red
out.
Skull.
And you know who I would pick as Man of Arms? Here's another one from the Marvel universe.
Oh yeah.
I mean, technically, you could say he is
Okay.
Sam Elliott, because he was in the Hulk with Eric Bana as he was.
Oh
Thunderbolt
yeah.
Ross.
I
would
had
have
the
him
picture.
as Man of Arms.
That would be a good one. He needs his mustache, but yeah.
I mean, nowadays he's getting old. He might be.
he
old.
might be the right.
So
he
if
might
I
be the
couldn't
right
get
age.
Sam Elliott, I
Yeah.
would get the. Have you ever seen Avatar?
Yes.
You know the old dude that was trying to get the one guy to turn against the fucking Avatars. He was like the colonel guy.
The
He
guy
had
in the
he had
Mac at
scar.
the end when he fights.
He was an old dude.
Yeah. I know. Who
And he
you're
was
talking about.
fucking huge.
Yeah.
I would get him.
Oh, yeah.
If I couldn't get Sam Elliott, I would get him.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a mustache.
He could get one.
Yeah, but does he look as good as Sam Elliott in a mustache?
I think possibly. But I think he's got that hard ass. He's got that hard ass.
That would work.
He's got
If
that
you're
hard
looking
ass
for
approach
that-
because Man of Arms is a hard ass.
Yeah.
You know.
I kind of forget the characters a lot, but
See, because they're like they got so many characters.
oh yeah.
I can't wait to Masters of the Universe hits Netflix.
When is that coming out?
I don't fucking know. Kevin Smith talks about it all the time, but I
Does
don't
he?
know. Yeah.
I'm sure
But-
they're like recording the voices or some shit now.
Oh, they already have done all that.
Oh, yeah.
That's all done.
Oh.
It's coming out soon. I want to say if it's not this year, it'll be next year, but it's coming out soon.
Oh, yeah?
I think it's this year though. I just
That's
don't know
cool.
when.
Yeah, that's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it'll be on Netflix.
That's cool.
It's gonna be tight. Because I still remember a lot of the He-Man, and they got He-Man cartoons on Netflix. I think now
Probably.
because
can
I was
see that.
watching them not too long
I mean, they'd
ago.
almost have to if Netflix.
I think they do because they got in She-Ra too.
Yeah, She-Ra.
I think it is Netflix that has them because I was watching on one of the streaming servers. I was watching it because that was my shit back in the day.
He-Man was-
He-Man.
Yeah, it was a pretty sweet
cartoon.
Pretty sweet cartoon. Came out, but the funny thing is about that cartoon, and we've touched on the cartoons in the past, was just to advertise the toys.
Oh, I know.
To sell the toys.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And I had a fuck ton of toys.
Yeah.
I had a fuck ton of He-Man toys, and they were fucking sweet. And it was sweet because fucking Skeletor's panther that he rode. See, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see in
that
real
would be
life
pretty
action.
sweet.
Is the Panthers, him riding
would be
his
good.
with his
Yeah.
staff, like
Yeah.
He-Man's riding Battle Cat, like blocking him with a shield, and the cat and the fucking cat's like moving cat like, so they're climbing like tigers and panthers would to fight each other. That'd be bad as fuck.
Yeah, it would be.
Bad as fuck.
Yeah. Did the other guys have any type of riding animals, or was it just He-Man and Skeletor?
I think they I think there was, but I can't remember. I know She-Ra had a Pegasus.
Oh yeah,
and it might have had a horn on it, so it might have been Pegasus unicorn, maybe.
Man.
It might have been. I don't remember, but I don't think so.
I know the henchmen didn't have anything.
I don't think so. I think they were all fucking mechanical shit because they all had like tanks and fucking like go-kart like things and fucking like Mad Max type shit.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I remember that stuff.
But like sci-fi, like fantasy sci-fi,
some kind of machines.
Yeah, that look like horses and shit like that.
Okay.
But they were like,
okay.
And they fucking.
I remember that now. Now that you brought it up, but they did have vehicles.
Yeah, they had vehicles,
but they weren't animals.
They weren't animals.
But that would be pretry cool. And the whole time you're telling this story, I'm thinking about Thundercats.
Oh, yeah.
I'm envisioning Panthro and shit, and I was like, he's not in He-Man.
No. Why? Yeah.
I don't know. Didn't one of them have nunchucks? Is what I was thinking in my head.
In He-Man? In He-Man?
Yeah. And then I got confused and started thinking
I don't remember, because I think Man of Arms, I believe, had a mace.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I think he had a mace. Tila had like a staff. I don't know about nunchucks. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But
Panthro,
he had nunchucks.
He had nunchucks.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking of.
And he rode a machine that looked like a cat.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, the tank.
Oh yeah, but that was like the whole thing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
everybody got up in there. Yeah, I thought so.
But he was like the mechanic of it.
He was,
and he was the driver.
Yeah.
Panther was my favorite.
Yeah, he was the coolest one.
He was the coolest.
I will admit that. I mean, I guess after that would have to be Lion-O. Maybe.
I don't know, man.
I liked not the twin people, but the middle adult. He could turn invisible. No, that was the chick.
That was Tigra.
Yeah,
Tigra could turn invisible because he had the whip. Yeah. Tigra would whip around and turn invisible. And Chitara was super fast.
Yeah.
I don't remember. The two kids I remember. I don't remember a kid above that.
Oh no!
Because Wily Cat and what was the other one? The two cats. Wily Cat.
I don't know the cats.
Wily Cat, but that was their names.
Yeah.
No, that was the two kids.
Yeah.
Wily Cat and something else. I can't remember the other
one.
I
thought they had those. They had those two, and then I thought they had like a lion. The guy with the whip is who I'm thinking of.
Oh, Tigra.
That's the guy I'm thinking of. Yeah. Because I felt like, I guess he comes across older than Lion-O now that I think about it, but whatever.
Yeah, because I think he was. Because I think Lion-O got older when because they got banished from, what happened, their planet died or some shit like that.
I fucking can't remember any
because that's what happened. Some shit like that. They either got banished or their planet died, and that's why Mum-Ra is on this other planet trying to take over fucking Middle-earth. Because Mum-Ra is trying to take over, was it Third Earth or Earth 3?
Dude.
It's called something Earth. And that's where the Thundercats come down because they're trying to, I think their planet, I think they're the last other planet.
It's like a Superman story.
Yeah, and then that's why they get involved in Mum-Ra because he's taking this planet over.
Okay.
And they get there and
save the day.
Save the day.
Yeah. All right. Yeah,
because like Lion-O was a kid when they were going through space, and then Jaga died when they were in space.
Listen to this shit, man. I can't. I haven't heard this shit for ever. Well, I didn't know the whole story.
I mean, I've watched them. I mean, it's been granted 2 or 3 years ago since I watched them.
Oh, so you've watched them more recently.
More recently than as a kid.
Yeah, that's basically when I last.
But as a kid, I still remember.
I remember all these guys that you're saying. You're just jogging my memory. Yeah. Like if we were just sitting here and you didn't know it.
But I have watched a few. I have watched a few episodes. It was probably about maybe even 5 years ago.
Wasn't that guy? Didn't he come back as like a spirit? Jaga.
Jaga did.
Yeah, he was
Jaga
like
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he died like on their. Yeah, he was like Force Ghost.
Yeah.
And he guided them.
Yeah.
He was guiding them, and that's how like Lion-O was, was able to become more powerful and was through that guy.
I really liked his fucking claw glove he had.
Oh, that was dope.
That was nice.
It was tight.
I like that. His sword's pretty sweet too.
Sight beyond sight.
Yeah.
Dude, like
Thundercats.
Oh,
yeah.
Thundercats are loose. See, I remember that from a kid too.
I do. I remember all that shit. I mean, that's easy.
Thundercats are loose.
Didn't they have a sword you could buy?
Oh yeah, they had the glove too. I think didn't they?
I know they had to have had the glove.
Now I never had those because I couldn't afford them.
Oh, Jesus,
in fact,
no.
I only had 2 Thundercat toys, and it was fucking Jackalman and was the Sloth guys? Was it Sloth? The lizard,
Probably
the lizard
Sloth.
guy. I think his
Sloth.
name was Sloth. Yeah.
My brother and I had. I think he had.
I
both.
always wanted Monkey Man. Monkey Man I always wanted because I thought he was cool. He was my favorite bad guy. Monkey Man was my favorite bad guy.
I had the lizard guy that you talked about. I had him, and I'm pretty sure my brother had both Mumra and Lion-O.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Lion-O came with that little snarf we got
Snarf,
here. Yeah, he came with that, but. Like Lion-O had like a red glove that you could snap over his hand and a sword and shit.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, see my cousins had I think they did have Lion-O. One of them had Lion-O and one of them had Mumra. But nobody had Tigra or Chitara.
Oh no, I'd never seen anyone have
I never did either.
Yeah, I never knew anybody who had any other Thundercat.
The one that I seen most people have was Sloth.
Sloth.
Was
the
lizard.
Maybe he went to Oddlots fast because that's probably where I got him.
I think that's how I got him. I think that's how I got him and Jackalman.
Yeah,
because they were so cheap.
Yeah, and it's big loss in today's world, not Oddlots, but whatever.
Wasn't our day. Oddlots.
Yeah,
I still call it that.
I still do too. I mean, after 10 years of knowing it was Oddlots, the kind of stuff.
Longer for 10 years.
Yeah, well, I'm just
Our whole fucking
I don't know when it switched to big lots, but whatever.
The only time I can think of is like fucking when we were adults.
Yeah, I remember we would get the Atari games there.
Oh,
because Atari had been out for a long time.
Yeah, because Nintendo was out and all that shit.
Yeah,
because I got Donkey Kong Jr. from there.
Yeah, I think at one point you could even get systems for a little bit.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, and then you'd get like the cartridges, all the cartridges.
Oh yeah, you could get all the cartridges. I remember when I found that out, I was like, I'm in heaven because I had an Atari.
Yeah,
I had like the latest version of it.
Yeah,
because fucking it was
it was an Oddlots.
It was cheaper than Nintendo.
Oh, for sure.
And I had that, and we had like an Atari before that.
Yeah.
But this was like newer.
Yeah, it was newer. And all those games were like $5 or some shit.
Oh, they were cheaper now, I want to say. I want to say maybe like 2 or 3.
Yeah, because I guess you'd have to be right.
They had to be.
Because our parents wouldn't be buying us fucking video games.
No. Because back in the day, I remember $5 was what an average action figure cost.
Yeah, like G.I. Joe or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think they were cheaper than that because they were at Odd Lots and not Kmart.
And they'd been there for a long... The reason why they were there is because they were old.
They're old.
Basically.
Yeah.
So
that's why everything goes to Big Lots.
Yeah.
Instead of like Ollie's. And
yeah.
There's another one that does that too. TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx.
All that
and
shit.
Ross's.
Yeah, it's all shit that's discontinued.
Yeah.
They're not making it no more.
Yeah. So that's why it was.
Then they get rid of it.
Yeah.
And there you go. You want it, you can have it. It's cheap.
Exactly.
And dude,
you can get all kinds of games there. All of them.
Yeah.
I think we got a fuck ton there, and I think
you?
my parents still have them. Well, my brother still has them for sure. But yeah, we had. Yeah.
That's awesome. Fucking. Well, see, the things about Oddlots I remember, and this is why I think. See, I didn't think I ever been to Black Friday prior to me having to work at a retail store and doing Black Friday, right?
Yeah.
But I think I did when I was a kid. I may have mentioned this on past shows, but I don't give a fuck. And that's why like Oddlots stands out to me because we would always hit there first, and I'd always get a pound puppy.
Oh yeah.
I'd always get a pound puppy, and I always get fucking hot chocolate, free hot chocolate.
Nice.
So I think that was Black Fridays.
It
had to be.
Yeah, it had to have been.
But and this was like late '80s.
Yeah,
and like I was like 6 or 7. So when I was 7, it was '89.
Yeah.
So late '80s, early '90s. Fucking.
And that would make sense for
the
puppies to be there.
Yeah, and even younger than that, I remember probably.
Yeah.
Because I think like even like 6, I remember us doing that because we would wake up at like butt crack of dawn.
Yeah.
It was like the special thing to do.
Yeah.
Like it's
we get to wake up early.
Yeah, we wake up. Well, I was a kid, so I didn't give a fuck.
My
mom was like getting to spend money, so she didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And she went out with her family, so they all didn't give a fuck. Right?
Yeah. It's funny how back then waking up early was like, oh yeah, and now today's like, fuck.
Now I wake up early just because I can't sleep.
Oh shit! But man, you did touch on that. But The only pound puppies I remember getting were from Book It on Pizza Hut.
Oh, yeah?
Not the... I've got big ones at a store, but like small ones that like you were talking about. Yeah. That's the only place I got the small ones. Either that or McDonald's. I think McDonald's got McDonald's.
Yeah, they did too. Yeah, that's one of the ones I'm talking about, is the small ones.
Yeah, the little ones.
Not the big ones. Yeah. Because I only had one big one.
Because, yeah.
That's how pound puppies were so crazy. Because every kid I knew had one big one and a fuck ton of small ones.
Yeah.
Because the big ones were like super expensive.
And some of them came with like puppies inside.
They did. Yeah. They did.
Yeah.
The one I did didn't.
Oh, okay.
Mine didn't. It was just a normal one. And, but the puppies themselves were like super cheap. Yeah. And they made like 1,000 different kinds of them.
It was almost like Beanie Babies.
Yes.
Almost like Beanie Babies.
I would say exactly like it.
But dog form. And it'll have like their... Maybe it is, because... No, it had to have been a pound puppy emblem. Because they did have like a little mark on them.
Yeah, they had pound puppy marks on them.
Yeah, it was pound puppy.
They had the heart.
I remember
the
one that I had, the big one that I had was a gray one, and it came with puppies inside.
Oh,
I probably got it for like Christmas or something.
Yeah, but what kind of gray did it look like? Did it look like a bulldog? Because they had dogs that looked like dogs.
Yeah, it was
like
different
the one
dogs.
I had. The one I had was white.
A hound dog.
Mine was a hound dog too.
Mm-hmm.
Mine looked like a basset hound. Had a long and was white and brown. And it looked like, and that's what I think it was a basset hound.
Yeah, it was completely gray. Had it looked like a hound, but and they all had collars too. The big ones had collars.
Yeah.
And that was one of the special things because there was a big one. They had the collar on it. I remember that shit. But
those were cool.
They were cool.
What other toys do you remember fondly like that? Because man, I just had one. Oh. That you said fucking the Book It shit. Yeah. That blows my mind because Book It was I think we talked.
We have talked about it. I know we have.
I don't remember. I don't remember. Fucking.
I think it was in growing up, but Book It's where I got VHS tapes for X-Men.
I did too.
At Pizza Hut.
I did too.
Yeah.
I had both of them.
Yeah.
They had Night of the Sentinels 1 and 2. Yeah. Which was on the first one, and then Deadly Reunions / Inner Magneto.
Yeah.
On the second one.
Yeah. Wasn't it like four episodes?
It's 4 episodes.
It was a big deal.
Yeah, they had 2 on each.
I know, it really was.
It was a big deal back then. I was like, this is awesome. I get the X-Men anytime I want. That's why it was so awesome. You could get it anytime you wanted. Yeah. That's what people forget about video. Like, you couldn't get movie. We didn't have cable like now.
Yeah, no cable, no streaming, no nothing. Went to Blockbuster, and that's not even around anymore.
Not anymore. And I loved, but see, I didn't even go to Blockbuster. I went to mom and pop shops. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they had a couple of those in the area. But we didn't rent a lot when I was growing up.
When I was growing up, we rented a fuck ton.
Yeah, we didn't rent at all, and I don't know why.
I would say 2 to 3 times a week we rent.
That would have been awesome.
It was awesome. That's why I like movies, because we would. I remember we would each get one. Yeah. My mom and dad would get one. I would get one, and my sister would get one. Yeah. But it was only $1 a movie.
Yeah, exactly. Back then. Yeah.
Now I think it was $1 for old ones, and like $2 something for a new one. So when we did, we weren't getting the new ones every time. No. We were always getting the old ones.
I mean,
but it didn't matter because I'm like, fuck it, give me Return of the Jedi again. I watched the fuck out of that movie.
I mean, when it comes to the old ones, there's much more selection, anyways.
Oh, exactly.
And then when new movies would come out, I mean,
and dude,
what's waiting a little while to rent a movie?
And that's what happened. Exactly. We would just wait until it dropped down.
Exactly. Because it didn't take long. Mm-mm. Once the new movie cycle come through, there they go.
It'd be like every month. Yeah. You'd have to wait like a month.
Yeah.
And it was fucking... I loved it. It had this smell to it. I can remember the smell. Like a bunch of VHSs with boxes with dust. And it just had this unique smell. Because in each one that we had, they sold candy. They sold popcorn.
Yeah. All the stuff you'd want for like a movie night at home.
Everything you want. Yeah. And it just was fucking awesome.
It was. That would have been good.
They all had tags. That's how you knew the movie was there or not.
Yeah, exactly.
They had these round tags that hang on hooks underneath of the movie. And you're like, oh, I want this. The tag's not there. I can't get it. Because you had this tag.
Yeah.
That wasn't... Now, Blockbuster did not do that. They just had their movies there that you could grab. Yeah. But those ones that I remember, the mom and pop shops, they had tags. Yeah. And you take the tag up
because they had the carton up there.
They had the carton so you could look at it and go, oh, that looks cool.
Yeah, but
that's
you have
awesome.
to go...
And then you take the tag, not the movie. Yeah. You take the tag.
Exactly.
And go, I want this movie. And you're like, okay, cool, thanks. And then you get the tag and they fucking put it, like, so-and-so has this movie.
Yeah.
And then fucking get your movie and you better not be late with it. Because you're going to get charged at the ass.
Yep. Almost pay for the movie, basically.
You know, you pay like 4 times a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then they always say, it takes me $100 to buy this fucking movie.
No, it doesn't.
And I'm like, what? That always boggles my mind. I'm like, what? $100 for this? Like, no way. I think maybe, back in the day, maybe. Because I heard that movie stores, like, that's how movie companies were getting over on them. Like they would have,
that would make sense.
In order for you to rent their product out, you have to pay more for it.
That does make sense.
So that's what I've heard.
Because they're just going out and getting it for like $16 or whatever it was back in the day.
Yeah, if they were doing that,
they would be making a killing. Rent it out like, well, I mean, new ones it'd take a couple times, but
it wouldn't take long.
Yeah,
not with the cycle count. I don't feel. As long as people are honest. See, that's the problem you got to rely on.
And that's why
people.
And then that's why the mom and pops had those little tags.
Yeah.
Because people would steal it.
Steal that shit.
They just paid $100 for this shit.
That movie is gone. Like, what?
Yeah, fuck people.
I mean, I don't know if it's $100, but I'm saying it was. I heard it was.
Yeah, more expensive than if we went and bought it.
Right.
Basically, because they're going to be making such money.
Because they're making it straight off of us.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, not really even. If they sell it to a retailer who's selling their movie, unless they get 90% of the percentage of that sale.
Yeah.
They would have to sell them the same amount.
Yeah.
Right? To make their money back.
I don't know. I know back in the day when we started buying VHS, they weren't.
I mean, $20. Yeah, but also back in the day, there weren't that many people owning.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, like owning our VHS, I remember that just owning the thing, player the machine, was a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have many movies that we owned. So maybe the movies were expensive to us back then too. I don't remember because I was a kid. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just remember going to a video store and renting them.
Because I got a VHS and that stuff late too as my child.
Yeah, I mean the earliest I remember. I mean, again, probably 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So the earliest memories you have, we have a VHS, but it was a big deal, I remember.
Yeah.
Like, my dad was cleaning it all the time and shit like that.
My precious.
I remember it because it's like, he didn't want it to fuck up, and I remember my mom didn't want it to fuck up, and...
Yeah.
I vaguely remember, though. It's so vague.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the act of putting the video in more than just having the device.
Yeah.
But I remember that just being able to have it because we only had one TV.
Yeah.
So in order to watch it, you could only watch it when no one else was watching it. So I always had to watch it when my dad was gone, or no one was up yet for the mornings. So and then the rest of the day I was playing.
Yeah.
Doing cool shit. Thanks for tuning in to Drunk of the Sun. This is Joe and Tom.
Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody. Like and subscribe.
And thank you all for subscribing and liking from Drunk on the Sun, the podcast about everything and anything under the sun.
So check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Instagram. We're posting new shit every week. See ya.